Yes, people, welcome to Man No Football. Here with myself, Guni, and Lee is back again for the second time this week. I have been spoiled. You guys have been spoiled on Man Knows Football to have Lee Gunner back on the channel. And this time, I promise you, we will be talking Arsenal. We always get sidetracked from the title and we talk something else. But even still, the conversations are still 10 out of 10. You get me? You lot still enjoy the convos. We enjoy the convos. It is what it is over here. But today, for real, we are going to talk Arsenal. Interesting topic that we have. Their next 5 games look very tricky. I don't know in the exact order, but I know their next game is North London Derby away to Spurs, obviously at the Lane. And then I believe it's Manchester United. Then it's Everton, Brentford, and Manchester City. So a bit of a gauntlet of fire. But if you want to be lifting the title at the end of the season, you've definitely got to get through that. You're going to get scathed at some point, but you've got to make it count. You've got to get more wins than losses, more wins than draws, 100%, if you want to convince everyone else that you will be running away with the title at the end of this season. But, Guns, talk to me, bro. First and foremost, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Double shift this week. You know what I'm saying? Two days out of the last 3. We've been working, man. I've been putting out videos, going on everyone's streams. This year we're up in the game, man. Last year I was lazy, bro. You know this. I've told you this before. I just sailed through 2022, man. Just living my best life. But now we're gonna roll these up, and we're gonna nick a title, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully my channel hits 100k. Hopefully the other one hits. I actually think that other channel, by the way, subscribe to my other channel, people. Lee Reacts, at Lee Reacts. Just type it in on YouTube or find it at Lee Reacts. But yeah, I actually think that other channel will be bigger than the main one. Yeah, I'm universally hated by Arsenal fans. Yeah, let's see if we can upset some little Karens out there when I'm reacting to certain things and that. Yeah, because I could be totally hated.
Nah,
but
people,
yeah, it's going to be good, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Subscribe to Lee Reacts.
Also, I'm doing a watch along
on
there later as well.
There you go. There you go. So make sure you follow on to that one. Also, as well, people, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream, I have finally opened up the membership. So just hit that join button if you want to support that channel. You've got a couple cool little emojis that are available to you. If I get more members, YouTube will allow me to make more emojis. So the more we get, the more emojis you lot get in it. And obviously, there's 3 different levels, different perks. But the main thing is that it's affordable for everybody in it. There's something that's affordable for everyone. There's a $2.99 one. I'm not sure what the middle one is. And the highest one is like $30. But like I said, you lot ain't got to go for that if that's too much money. But I know that there's people out there that's nothing to them in it. So is what it is, people.
It is what it is.
Get me? Hit that join button. Subscribe to the thing. Sorry, join the membership. Yeah, I encourage you to do so and check out the perks that you will receive in them memberships. But Guns, next game, yeah, Spurs away in the Premier League. You haven't recruited yet. And I believe, I haven't seen any updates. I believe Saka had to come off. Did he have a bit of a hamstring problem?
Sprained
ankle. Last game, sprained ankle.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be sound, mate, to be fair.
Have they come out? Do you know what grade of sprain?
Have a little bit of jollof, a little bit of yam. He'll be back again, bruv. He'll be fine. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'll be sweet, bruv. He's tough as nails, that boy. He'll be fine. Every time he drops down, we're like, oh, no, Saka's injured. And then we're like, oh, he's going to miss games. And then bang, he's straight back in the next game. So I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine, mate. And I'm looking forward to it, actually, because there's so many ways it could go. Like Harry Kane could break the record for Tottenham all-time goal scorer. He'd love to do that against Arsenal in a North London derby at White Hart Lane, which would be mad. They've been poor all season, like to watch. They're still not a million miles away from top 4, are they? I think they're only a couple of points. Let me have a look. I think they're a couple of points. Yeah,
but the form's been a bit wobbly since before this. But then again, it is a North London derby. Form shouldn't really be talking about that too much.
If you look at what they did last season, so we've played 18 this season. Well, they've played 18 this season. Last season, they won 22 games, drew 5, lost 11. Yeah, so 22, 5, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
This season, they're 10-3-5. So they're kind of tracking about the same. If you double it, it'd be 26-10. Kind of there or thereabouts the same, with a couple of games obviously odd because it was like 36, not 38 games. So they could potentially end up with the same points tally as last season. But the difference is this season, they're just boring, man. Like, they were a second half team. They come out in the first half and it's almost like they're 5-0 up and they're coasting in the first half. And then the second half, when they're 2-0 down, they're oh, we better start playing here.
Yeah,
bad.
but
Why start like that?
And that's why I've said the way Spurs have been getting their wins and their comebacks, it's not sustainable. You can't keep doing that an entire season and expect to be getting results. They're going 2-0 down, 1-0 downs, and quite rightly, like you said, it does. I mean, to be fair, it does take some resilience to do that, but to rely on that for the majority of your season, and that's your method of winning, eventually it's going to stop. Players, teams of high qualities, or if you catch even teams you're expected to beat on their day that decide to turn up, you might not be able to fluke that result. So they're going to have to think of something. But with this, obviously, Arsenal don't really lose North London derbies like that. But then again, your record at White Hart Lane recently hasn't been great. Yeah, it hasn't been great. Do you see anything different happening this time round, considering you're top of the table, you're flying, you seem to be decimating teams for fun? Spurs, I can see their vulnerabilities. But do you reckon it's business as usual? You can get 3 points this time round?
Right. I'm more confident, but at the same time, we went there with invincible teams and didn't win. Like, I remember when we won the league at their ground, it was 2-2. We were 2-0 up and it ended up 2-2. I remember a 5-4 game there, like with Pires, and like Pires got the winner that day. Yeah, like, do you know what I'm saying? They just raised their game. It's their cup final. That's all they've got to look forward to all season, is playing us. Yes, and they can have bragging rights. Bragging rights, mate. They don't win anything. That team's always going to be the same, mate. There always has been, always will be. They're just nobodies. Yeah, real talk. They're nobodies. Yeah, they could be somebodies, but they ain't got any ambition. Their fans ain't, and they're bored. Their owners ain't. Same with us, really. But we do have a lot more ambition than they do. Like, if I was to rate their ambition out of 10, it's probably a 2. Ours is about a 4. Yeah, which is why we nick a cup here and there. Yeah, our ambition's on the floor as well. But your club, your ambition's probably an 8. Yeah, you go out and spend money. But in terms of the game, I don't think we'll win. I'm confident that we can get a result. But, bro, they've got Harry Kane in fine form at the minute. He scored 2 against Palace. The second goal was quality. Scored against Portsmouth. He's warming up nicely for us. And he always does this. He always warms up nicely. A couple of games before before he plays us, he'll get a couple of goals here, a goal there. It's almost like he's like waiting for it. Right, I better start playing now. We've got Arsenal in 2 weeks. Then bosh, start scoring goals. But if we start early, get out of the traps early, get a goal early, yeah, I think the crowd will get on them, and I think we could win. But right now, midweek, I'm going to say 2-2, man. Desmond.
Harry Kane as well. He does like to score against you lot. It's quite like you said, like
all-time top scorer in this fixture.
There you go. Yeah, he does like to save a couple goals for this fixture. So you lot definitely got to be careful. But in terms of, like, from a defensive standpoint, you lot obviously look a lot more balanced. Thomas Partey seems to be having his effect on the balance of the team in a positive way. Then obviously you've got Saliba in behind and Gabriel. That partnership have been playing well. I know you're not Gabriel's biggest fan, but all things considered this season, I think as a unit, you lot have done all right. And Spurs, like you said, they take their time to get out in games. And if they find themselves in like a 2-0 situation where they're down 2-0, this is a team that I'm talking about where they might not be able to get themselves back in the game. Because you see, the thing is with you lot as well is once you smell blood, you lot don't stop. So it could be a long day in the office for Tottenham. Like, I don't know how to feel about it this time round, to be honest. Based on form and based on what I've seen from you lot this season, you lot can beat anybody regardless of their form on your day. And that's what makes you so dangerous. Spurs, they're nowhere near that. Although they're grinding out results, they're grinding out wins, and potentially could get top 4 at the end of the season. Right now, they're not in their best run of football. So I'm more leaning towards a statement win here. But it's not necessarily just that game that I'm looking at, because the game afterwards is where I think you'll struggle even more than than this one. and that is Arsenal versus United. We already know how that went over at Old Trafford, although given some controversial decisions from the referee, which could have seen the game go either way, could have seen it go a different way. Do you know what I mean? But you didn't.
Mikel Arteta had made his subs earlier.
Right, and that too. Do you know what I mean? We can't always blame everything on the ref. I'm a firm believer of that. But this time round, Manchester United, they're in decent form as well. They're actually fighting to, leapfrog whoever's in second place at the minute. Manchester City, they can. If City go on any more bad runs of form or drop any points in United,
they're only 4 points behind City.
That's what I mean. They're just 4 points.
They're only 9 points behind Arsenal. So that game's massive. Because
exactly.
If they beat us, all of a sudden, are they in a title race?
So basically the question is, how do you feel about that game, bearing in mind it's in the Emirates?
We've got I was going to say flawless record, but we drew with Newcastle. That's the only points we've dropped at home all season. So it's mad. Arsenal Man United games, I always look forward to them games, man. Like growing up on them games, like the rivalry and all of that. Tottenham are irrelevant to me, mate. Like people say they're our rivals. Cool, yeah, they're our next door neighbours and whatever. But Man United's the game. Yeah, for me, that's the game. That's the game I grew up on. Yeah, even under George Graham, like the battle at Old Trafford and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we're two good teams at the minute. We're playing very well, both of us. Yeah, we've both got goals in our team. And it looks like both clubs are enjoying it at the moment. Both sets of players. Rashford's in the form of his life at the moment, like bagging every game. And we've got to just be careful, man, because when we played them at Old Trafford, we played a stupidly high line. Yeah. And we got the goal back. Saka equalised. And we carried on playing it. And it was like, no, just sit back for 5 minutes, get a couple of subs on, then go for the win. And instead, by the time we got the subs on, we were 3-1 down. Like, or two, I think we're 3-1 down. Yeah, it's mad. Like, so I think a lot of Arsenal fans get their knickers in the twist, like about referees and stuff like that. Yeah, but they've got short memories, this fan base. Yeah, first part of the season, Gabriel handball against Liverpool, not given. Gabriel handball against Palace, not given. Yeah, so we can't be blaming referees about a loss up at Old Trafford or not getting a penalty against Newcastle. Like, come on, evens itself out.
Swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
But with this game, bro, the thing is, the players will probably feel outdone by, so they might raise their game a bit. But this is what I find funny about teams when they raise their game, like Oxford the other night. If you can raise your game and play at that level, why don't you play at that level every week? Yeah, because you're doing a disservice to your club, yeah, to the fans, yeah, like, and everyone that adores you and comes to watch you and all of that. If you can play up that level up here, why don't you do that every week?
Exactly.
Just because it's Man United, you shouldn't have to raise your game. Just because it's Arsenal coming to Tottenham shouldn't raise it. That should be the level anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it means to play for the shirt if you're consistently playing like that all the time. Do you know what I mean? I agree with that, bruv. So this whole thing, they turned up today, they played out of their skin today. Well, we're supposed to be doing that every single week, mate. So should be no exceptions. Do you know what I mean? But footy chats, I like this comment. I think you're talking about the Spurs versus Arsenal game this weekend. If they start off slow like they have been, I want us to be at least 2 goals up in the first half, and it doesn't matter what they try and throw at us, we'll win the game. I honestly see that as a realistic scenario. That exact scenario that you're talking of right there. Them starting off slow, you nicking 2 goals in the first half, and them turning up in the second half. Potentially, if you bottle it, right? Because in other circumstances, I wouldn't say it's a bottle job, but considering how you're riding high top of the table in the form that you're in, if you're 2-0 up by half time and you go away from that game with anything less than 3 points, you've bottled it. That's going to be my conclusion. If buts or maybes, outside of an extreme circumstance like the ref gives Spurs an unfair penalty or something like that, that's just nothing that you can do about it. Do you know what I mean? But outside of that, if that happens, I reckon you leave there with 3 points, and that's a statement, and that's going to take you into the next game with a bit of confidence at Emirates. Got a point to prove against United, like you said, but United can't be taken for mugs. And remember, they beat you without Casemiro. And for me, Casemiro is a huge game changer for Manchester United. I think he's the reason why you're starting to see the other players flourish as well, because it's what we're lacking at Chelsea, and it's what you lacked for several years until you brought in Thomas Partey into your midfield.
Should have brought Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, I'm so used to saying Thomas Tuchel, so obviously Thomas Partey, bro. brought balance to your team, and it just allows the rest of the team to operate, man. You've actually got a good engine room. So it's going to be a good game. That one there, I think, out of the two, that's the one where I think you're going to struggle. But then after that, you've got Everton away. Now, the thing is with Everton, right, on a normal day, considering who their manager is, I'd expect you to absolutely spank them and get and run away with your 3 points. But Everton are a funny team.
And we've got Manchester City just before that.
That's
in the cup.
Oh, in the cup.
Yeah, we've got Tottenham, then Man United in the league, both of them in the league. Then straight after that, we've got Man City in the cup.
Oh wow, yeah.
Then we got Everton.
Proper gauntlet of fire now. You see, with
that's what I'm saying. These next 3 games, bro, it could get peak or it could be Arsenal are serious.
Yeah, Goodison Park is going to be a struggle because you see, with them, they've given several of the top teams a struggle. I know we didn't beat them. Who did they get a result against the other day as well? Is it Man City? Yeah, exactly. That beautiful goal from Demarai Gray. So,
that goal was sick.
Yeah,
that goal was sick, bro. He done that against us last season.
Beautiful
last minute, just pinged one in.
But you see that Akanji brother, bro, how he got sold that, man. You could sell that guy ice in Antarctica the way he fell for that. It was embarrassing.
You know what Demarai Gray wanted to do? Like, everyone knows what
he knew it. You knew exactly what it was.
Whip it every time. And he let him do it.
Was it at Goodison Park that he done it against you lot? But it was further out though, if I remember.
Yeah, it was Goodison, yeah.
Yeah.
It was outside the box against us.
Yeah, that boy's got a wicked right foot, man. He's got a wicked right foot. So look, they're not to be taken for mugs either, Everton. And now that I'm hearing that, that's off the back of a Man City Cup game. Is that FA Cup or Carabao? FA Cup as well. That
Brighton in the Carabao Cup.
FA Cup is a competition traditionally you lot like to win as well, and I'm pretty sure Arteta's gonna want to win that. So who knows?
I don't know about that, bro. Last year he threw it away against Forest.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yeah, but the season before that, I think he threw it away against Southampton, or was that the season before that? Maybe it was the season before that. Yeah, we were the holders. Then he threw it away against Southampton the following year. Yeah, last year it was get knocked out to Nottingham Forest. Yeah, and I've seen loads of our fans saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's rigged. It's rigged. We got City. It's rigged." Every time we get a draw against a team that's half sensible, it's rigged. Now, maybe that's just a draw, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? Why are they all worried? We're above Man City. Yeah, and this is why I get the Guni, because but it's rigged. It's rigged. We've been better than Man City this season. What are you worrying about?
Yeah, exactly.
Why is everyone worried?
You've got the biggest advantage anyone can have, and that
sums up the fan base, bro. They're born with this 4th place is a trophy, and I've seen loads say, "Oh, let's just write off the FA Cup and go for Europa League." What? like we're in the luxury of being able to pick and choose what we want to win. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's pathetic. No, it's ridiculous. But that's a bit of a game changer for me. Obviously, Manchester City before that Everton game, you might feel strong, you might not. You might have that Everton game in consideration. But that one there, this is where January, because this is a month where you can get some kind of redemption. You can actually tangibly do something about that congestion. Is that the right word? Congestion. Sorry, my brain just had a bit of a freeze there. You can do something about that congestion if you actually dip into the market and sign targets, bro. Mudryk, I'll be honest with you. Mudryk, 88 million. If you're really gonna go for that, I reckon that's ridiculous. It's like you said in the previous live that we've done. You can buy several players for that price, and you can solve several problems with that price. So,
bro, it's the Ukrainian Neymar, mate. Like, we're signing the Ukrainian Neymar, mate. Like, that's how good he is. No, I'm being serious, bro. Go on Google search right now on a different window and just type in Ukrainian Neymar.
So what they're talking about is, they say, what was it? He's got 9 goals at his age.
9 goals in 29 league games. That's all he's ever played in his career. But apparently, at 22 years old, he's the Ukrainian Neymar. At the same point of his career, well, at 19, Neymar finished 10th in the Ballon d'Or. At 19, playing in Brazil. Is the Brazilian league better than the Ukrainian league? I'd imagine it probably is. Or there or thereabouts the same. Yeah, and at 21 years old, Neymar had 140 goals to his name. This guy's got 9. kind of peak, isn't it, bro? And because he's now class, just type in Ukrainian Neymar, bro. Like there's article after article after article. There's tweets, there's videos on YouTube about it. Like he is the Ukrainian Neymar, bro. So the way this fan base have gassed him up to be the next Neymar, I'm holding him to Neymar level. You better come in and hit the ground running, my friend. I remember I've still got flashbacks of how this fan base treated Pepe, bro. I'm holding them to that standard.
I'm just checking on that comment that I've got up. So I'm listening, but I'm just checking. I don't see anything on Ben Jacobs recently about.
Bro, listen, I've just dropped a video on that literally 15, 20 minutes ago. Yeah, just before I came on here, it came out. Yeah. Arsenal may be closing in on agreement. Arsenal might be closing in on agreement. Arsenal are smoothing out their differences with Shakhtar. What does that even mean? They want X amount. We don't want to pay it. Either pay it or move on. Ain't difficult. If you want him that badly, pay it. Like, it's mad. Bro, 60 million euros apparently plus add-ons. Between 50 and 60 million euros it is plus add-ons, plus wages. That's 100 mil if he hits all the add-ons. With the wages. Bro, listen, it ain't my money, so I couldn't care less. But what I do care less about, and this is where these thick fans can't get it in their thick heads, yeah? Right? Because they sit and go, well, you're moaning about the money. No, I'm moaning about the fact we're blowing it on one player when we've got glaring problems in that squad. We need a centre-back, really, but maybe we can wait until the summer for a centre-back, because if Saliba or Gabriel go down, Rob Holding starts.
Yeah, that drop-off is unacceptable.
If Thomas Partey gets injured, El Neni's playing. So we need a DM. Okay, we can maybe get away with a CM. Maybe get away with a CM that could plug in, or we could put Xhaka deep lying, like, because he's playing further forward this season. Whatever. But we still need a midfielder. We still need a striker. And then all I keep hearing is, but Martinelli's going to go up front. Martinelli's going up front and Mudryk on the left. All right, okay, so you're telling me he's coming straight in and he's nicking Martinelli's spot, and now Martinelli's nicking Eddie's spot when Eddie scored 4 goals in the last 3 games. 2 games.
It's not happening.
3 games. Yeah. Now imagine Eddie scores against Spurs and Man United. What, you're telling me he's getting dropped for Martinelli and Mudryk's coming straight in? Ain't happening. These people live in cuckoo land, mate. Yeah, this kid will barely feature between now and the end of the season if we sign him. He's not played a game since 23rd of November. That was the last time their league was on. It ain't on again until the 28th of February. They get 3 months off. 28th of Feb is their next game. So let's say we sign him. Let's say we sign him in the next week or so. It'll be available for the Man City game. Are we going to play him against Man City?
He's even going to be ready. Doubt it. He's not going to be fit enough to play. But nah, do you know what? You get them in our fan base as well, man. Like I'm hearing. Obviously, I understand why some people worry, but there's some.
Yeah, but bro, it's our whole fan base. Well, not our whole fan base. It's maybe, I'd say maybe 75% of our fans online that I've seen. Yeah, Mudryk. And then people like me that are saying bollocks to him, don't care if we sign him, couldn't care less. I've only watched 2 games that he's ever played, right? Funny enough, he scored in both of them. Then when you ask people in my chat, I asked people earlier, some geezer goes, no, Mudryk's class. I said, how many Ukrainian league games have you watched then? He never replied because he ain't ever watched him, mate. And then I just did a video and it was, we shouldn't be paying this much money. Somebody put a tweet in after a compilation video that was 2 minutes long, right? Where he scored 1 goal in that compilation, by the way, right? One of the comments was, yeah, this guy's not all that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, shouldn't be paying more than 35 million quid for him. The reply to that was, yeah, but his teammates look clueless. Now imagine him putting them balls into Odegaard, Saka, all these other players, Jesus. The guy who wrote that is dead from the neck up. He's got nothing in here, mate. Yeah, real talk. That's the best team in Ukraine, and he's saying his teammates look clueless. Okay, so if his teammates look clueless, what is the rest of the league? Like,
that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Now you're taking a player that's probably too good for that league. Yeah, based on what we've seen, he maybe is too good for that league. Yeah, but now what makes you think he's going to come straight into the Premier League, where it's his stratosphere is clear of that league? So his teammates are clueless, costing him goals and assists, right? But now you're going to put him into Arsenal, right, up against proper defenders, proper midfielders every week. I mean, it stinks. And the fact that we've been tracking him for 7 months and still ain't signed him is hilarious. But this is Edu. And then when we sign him, it'd be, oh, he got it over the line. Don Edu. Donestks. It's embarrassing. Go and sign 3 players that we need.
I mean,
big up Matt Star, man. Right back, centre back, DMCM, and a right winger and a striker. Facts. Yeah, then that's a stacked bench like City's. Facts. But we're not allowed to say that, mate. We're negative. Yeah, you have to just jump on the Mudryk hype train. And if you don't, you're negative. No, I live in the real world, mate. Yeah, 80 million quid is not my money. Cool. But why are you blowing 80 million quid on a geezer with 9 goals in one of the worst leagues in fucking Europe?
Yeah, exactly.
When you could do that on 3 players that when we played against Newcastle, we didn't want to bring a sub off the bench. You could say it's a hard warm-up, mate. You're coming on. We need a goal. Yeah, Tillemans, get ready, mate. You're coming on as well. Instead, what we're going to do, Mudryk, you're coming on. Fucking Mudryk, get in the bin.
Yeah, for that amount of money, it's a huge
risk, man. I'm telling you now, every time he drops a stinker, yeah, I'm going to put Mudryk is in the mud. Yeah, trust me, my title's right themselves. Bro, this fan base absolutely gutted Nicola Pepe to shreds. This fan base has hyped this kid up like he's Neymar. They're calling him Ukrainian Neymar. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm holding him to Neymar standards. You better rip this league up as soon as you get it, mate.
I mean, you're hearing in the Chelsea fan base as well. I mean, some more extreme than others, but we're signing João Felix for 6 months with no options to buy. Now, here's the thing, right? If you really think about it, he's going to be kicking ball here for 5 months, first of all, because we don't kick no ball in June. But to me, it stinks of Chelsea going back in for this deal later on to either do this at bare minimal, extend the loan, and perhaps have an option to buy at the end of that one, or a permanent buy at that one, or negotiate a permanent stay after this one. I know he signed the extra year on his contract, which takes him to 2027, which is why I think that I wouldn't be surprised if we see a loan. But for an outlay like this, you're paying 270k a week, right, for the player. You're trying to get several others out the door, so I'm not too bothered about that. Yeah. Manchester United paid £10.5 million to loan Odion Igalo. We've paid 11 million euros, which is less, to pay for a player who's likely to stay for the long term. Why is everyone getting their knickers in a twist? If it doesn't work, he goes back to where he came from, and we've dodged the bullet.
He's just signed a new contract extension, isn't he?
Till 2022,
right? But this is the thing, right? I don't think you needed him. Yeah, I think you needed DMCM.
That's what we need to go for. And this is the thing.
At the same time, you do need somebody who can put the ball in the net or create a goal. Maybe he's that guy. Maybe that's what Potter's got in mind. Like, he could be the guy. We'll go and get a midfielder. Yeah,
and Guns, that's what I was going to say. The reason why, like, I've not said nothing about the DM or the other midfielder is because it's the 11th of January. There's still 20 days left. And before I start to comment on that, if it gets to time where it's squeaky bum time, I'm going to get on that. And even in the previous upload that I just did before this live, I mentioned, although we signed João Felix, we're going to need to address the midfield. But, you know, if we sign him, then we sign the midfielders, all of a sudden, it looks like a much better signing, in my honest opinion. And João Felix, to me, top quality player. But we've got to put the structure around him to make it work. We have to.
100%. Bro, if you don't give him players around him, he ain't going to do nothing. Which is why I'm shocked he's gone there. Yeah, because like out of the 3 clubs he could have gone to, you're the least attractive. Yeah, Arsenal.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Man United are 4th. You lot are 10th. Yeah, but you were the only one who paid the money, and that shows the ambition. Yeah, everyone can laugh at you lot being 10th. If you beat Fulham tomorrow, you're 7th. Yeah, like, and this is the thing. People just like, Chelsea are a mess. Chelsea are a mess, bro. They're not going to be laughing in about a year's time, are they?
Yeah, that's why. That's why if you notice, Guns, I just take this day by day. It hurts me to see where we're at, but like for me, my thinking's long term. I know. Look, if this
and
season,
the thing is, sorry to cut you off, bro. You've got 9 players out injured. 6 of them start.
And how many of them are senior attackers?
Mount, Sterling, Mendy, Chilwell. Yeah, you could maybe make an argument for Kante. Yeah, Pulisic maybe. There's 7.
Yeah, Sterling is out, like you said. Yeah, that's what I mean. So we did need an attacker, but it still remains, like you said, the biggest problem that has to be addressed this January, and I'm not hearing nothing. Bring in a CDM and bring in a right back. Those 2 are non-negotiables for Chelsea. But Yeah. So
The thing with Simeone's leaving at the end of the season, isn't he?
yeah, he is.
I reckon there's been a big bust up there somewhere over this deal, man. Yeah, because Simeone's God in Atleti, right? But he didn't want why isn't this charging? He didn't want Felix to leave. Yeah, and obviously they've got rid of Felix to you. Yes, they've signed a new contract, but did you notice he signed a new contract after Simeone said he's leaving? Yeah, so Felix agrees to go to Chelsea. Hours later, Simeone's leaving at the end of the season. The next day, bang, new contract for him. Bro, something's happened there. Simeone's had a big bust up with him, mate. Trust me.
Yeah, Simeone's not a yes man as well. He probably did tell the athletic board, look, if João Felix leaves this club, yeah, it probably shows that you support the player more than you support the manager, and I can't stand for it. Yeah, it's very simple. Because we all know that João Felix and him, they never had the best relationship. In fact, it was a bit of a weird transfer, Benfica to go to Atletico Madrid, but they activated the release clause. What surprised me was the length of the contract, which is probably why he's in the mess that he's in now. Do you know what I mean? But I think Atletico haven't dealt with this in the best way, but it's interesting to see who their next manager might be. Now, look, I have a little conspiracy theory. I haven't read this from anywhere, from any other sources. Before I bring Hussam in, let me finish my little conspiracy theory.
Yeah, man.
Is that Simeone walks, Conte walks, Conte goes to Atletico, Simeone goes to Spurs. And that is your daily dose of conspiracy theories for today. Now I will introduce my guest.
Bro, don't tell me Simeone ends up there, man. No, I can't take
my second guest of the day, Liverpool fan, Hussam, very good friend of mine. How you doing, my brother?
Yes, good. Yes, Lee. Big up to you, man. Big up to Guni. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me on the channel. Just freezing my ass off right now, middle of the winter.
Put the heating on, bro.
It's on, man. And my neck thing is on, and I got a hoodie on. I'm freezing, man. But other than that, happy to be here. Outside Liverpool, life is great. It's just Liverpool that's bringing me down, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, Hussam, you're in the mud with us, mate. Yeah, we're mud buddies at the minute.
Don't drag me down to your hellhole. You're on a different level. I'm a little bit. You get me. I am. You know, I'm crap. You're in the sewage type thing.
Yeah, bro, we're in the shadow realm, mate. We're done out here, fam. I'm telling you. But what do you think of my little conspiracy theory about this little Atletico and Spurs merry-go-round of the managers?
Who goes where? Can you say that again?
So basically, my conspiracy theory is this: is we know Simeone's walking from Atletico. I reckon Conte walks from Spurs. I reckon Simeone goes to Spurs, and then Conte goes to Atletico.
I don't think Simeone goes to Spurs, to be honest with you. I don't think he would want to work under constraints again. I think he'd probably want to explore something a bit more where he can spend. Conte going to Atletico, I do see that, though. I think that's possible. And he already has Conte-type players as well at Atletico ready for him. Like, they'd love to do the Conte thing, to be honest with you. So I see Conte going Atletico, but Simeone to Spurs, I don't see that, to be honest.
But
I think Simeone goes to a bigger club, basically.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing, no guns. In terms of managerial targets, have Spurs not been ambitious on that front at least? Yeah. Do you not think they'd at least try for him?
Yeah, of course they will. The one thing I'll say, it's not as stupid as it sounds. I can't lie, right? Because when he took that job at Atleti, they were pretty much the Tottenham of that league, the nearly club. Yeah, they were nearly all right. They were nearly good. It's true, right? And not only that, yeah, the money that he will have at Tottenham, yes, they're not going to go and do 100 million on a player like they did with João Felix, yeah, and he ain't getting 40 million a year wages, that's for sure, which is on at Atleti. Right? Maybe he'll just retire. He's got all the money. He could probably buy Tottenham, right? Do you know what I mean? But when he took that job, the TV rights in Spain were 90% of the money went to Barca and Madrid. The other 10% went to the other 18 teams. How he even got them in that conversation, was because he's a top-class manager. And now their income's ridiculous. They've got a new stadium. I've been there. It's beautiful. I see my team lose. Diego Costa 1-0. And semi-final of the Champions League, if only. Europa League. And yeah, man, that club's a good football club, man. Really good. I like Atleti. They're my Spanish team. If I had to pick a Spanish team, I'll pick them. I like watching them people don't like watching him. Oh, it's boring football. Ain't boring if you're winning, man. You ask any Atleti fan if they were bored after the last 10 years, and they'll say, no, he's a genius. We love him. He's got the freedom of that part of Madrid. Literally, give him the keys to that part of the city. They could walk bollock naked down the street, Wimbledon, bruv. Yeah, like, and they'd all be like this. Yes, all hail him, like legend. He is a genius, mate. What he has done for that club is
they gave him. I think they gave him a standing
Champions League finals. He got that too. 1 minute away from winning one.
Yeah.
2 Europa Leagues. He's won them the 2 league titles. He won the cup at Barcelona, Madrid's ground, and it was where the final was, the Copa del Rey, in 2014, and that was the first time they'd beaten Madrid at their ground in 20 years, and he won the cup final there against Madrid. Do you know what I mean? And that same season, he won the league at Barcelona. Yeah, he's a fucking genius, mate. I'd take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat. But Arsenal fans, oh no, we can't have you. We need to play pretty football. Shut up. How about play winning football? Winning football.
This is the thing, is that would a lot of your players have that satanic football that he plays, though?
Nope.
Well, no, just get rid of him.
So you get rid of Martinelli.
No, it's not, bro. People get it twisted, right? It's not as boring. It's boring because we see teams like PSG and Real Madrid, and Man City and Liverpool, not this season, but previous seasons. Yeah, we've seen Arsenal balling out under Wenger. Yeah, we've seen Chelsea balling out under Jose. Like first time round when he was smashing goals in for Robben and all of that one, Damien Duffs and that. So we've grown up seeing free-flowing football, the Barcelona team under Pep. So when you see a team that's just sit back, park the bus, counter-attack, everyone's like, well, that's boring. Yeah, it's not. Bro, the art of defending is dead. It is dead. That team can defend. Yeah, if I had to pick a manager and I'm going into a cup final, right, and I had to pick a manager, I'd pick to win a shithouse of game against a team that will pass you off the pitch. I'm picking him as manager. Yeah, stink it out, go to penalties, or nick a 1-0 winning. I'm picking him, bro. And guess what? Nobody will cry if you win the cup or win the league. Yeah, because at the end of the season, when you lift the trophy, it ain't been boring, is it?
It's
true.
It's
boring if you're not winning. Yeah, and you don't win anything and you're playing that football. Ask Tottenham fans this season. Yeah, because they're playing like that now and they ain't ever going to win anything. Yeah, so now it's boring. But if you're winning and you're always in the mix competing, that ain't boring, man.
That's true. Who's your thoughts on that before I get onto the super chat?
I can't lie. Like Lee's consistent at least. Like he's fully just anti-Arteta. You know, I'm of the different.
I've praised him this season, bro. He's overachieved so far.
Yes, fair. I know. I've been seeing the stories. Don't worry about it. Look, when it comes to Simeone, I don't think. Listen, I need good football as well. Like I'm gonna just be honest. Like I like shithouse football, but not all the time. Like I need some good football to watch as well. So let's say you can call me a football purist or somebody, or whatever, but I do need some good football. So I wouldn't take him personally. And his achievements at Atletico though are mad. Like what Lee said, if you grew up, like if you're a 90s kid or an 80s kid and you grew up, Atletico really were like the Spurs of Spain. Like no one, like they never really won anything. The only thing I remember they won of note was the Europa League pre-Simeone. I think it was with like Falcao and that crazy team. You know, they won the Europa League. That's the only thing I really remember.
Reyes was in them teams, or was that under? No, I think that was actually no, that was under him. Maybe it weren't. I don't know. Yeah, Reyes won. I think Reyes won the Europa League like 5 times. When it was Sevilla 3 in a row and 2 at Atleti. But that was
the one with Falcao. I don't think that was with Simeone, was it? Was it?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, so. I don't think it was. Yeah, that was a bit earlier. That was like the Falcao team was a bit earlier. But he's a great manager. But I wouldn't personally take him though. But yeah, he's a great manager, fantastic manager.
I'd take him in a heartbeat. Gooni's on mute. Schoolboy error, bro. Experienced streamer, and he's on mute. Like he can't even hear us. Look, what have you done? Call yourself a streamer.
It went left. No, I was trying to say. Yeah, I just remember what Falcao did to us on that day, bro. Yeah, Falcao with healthy knees was unstoppable. Yeah, no one can tell me. Falcao, that guy could have been one of the greatest, 100%. If he had stayed healthy, he just had everything. But Midway, thank you for the super chat. Simeone is going into Watch It Happen. Let's see.
Thinking that.
Yeah, let's see. Lee thought so as well. Let's see, man. Take his satanic football elsewhere.
If satanic football, listen to the trophies he's won at Atleti. League title, 13-14 season, 2021 season. Copa del Rey, 2012-13. Super Copa de España, 14. Europa League, 2011-12, 2017-18. They beat us in the semi. Yeah, Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup, 2012-2018. Champions League runner-up, 2013-14, 2015-16. Bro, if anyone told you when he got that job that would be his trophy haul, yeah, mate, I think everyone would have laughed. Yeah, you ain't going to beat Madrid and Barcelona. That's what everyone would have been saying. He's competed, bro.
No,
He's done it. He's won trophies, man. He's won trophies. And if you actually look at his record elsewhere, I've actually watched the documentary about him. I think it was on Netflix or Amazon. Bro, I didn't realize how many trophies that this guy had. I didn't even know he'd managed another club before Atleti.
I didn't either until you told me just now. I didn't even know.
Bro, it's
who did he manage before Atleti?
River Plate. Yeah, he won him the championship.
Oh,
and before that, he managed Estudiantes La Plata. Never heard of him, but he won them the title as well.
Hey, the Falcao one, he was the manager as well, Simeone.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was the manager as well. The 11-12 one
was at his peak though, wasn't it? Like that was prime Spanish La Liga, man. You had Messi, Ronaldo, and Falcao every weekend, mashing it up every weekend. Yeah, I remember Falcao just running riot every weekend, man. And then when he came to the Premier League, you were like, "Oh my days, this guy's gonna do bits," and he just flopped.
Well, that was post injury though. To be fair on him, man, that injury completely halted him. Like he was worse than Torres's drop off from Liverpool to Chelsea after the injury that he had. It was a mad thing. But
who's this guy in the chat as well? HM, nice stats, Lee, but we have eyes. This football is criminal, bro. What's the aim of elite sport?
To win, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. But Husam, before you joined us, we were talking about Arsenal's next 5 Premier League games, and within that they've got Spurs next, then they've got Manchester United. In between their game, Manchester United and Everton, they've got Manchester City in the Cup, they've got Brentford, and then they've got Manchester City again in the league. Do you reckon this Arsenal team is the real deal as it currently stands? Obviously, they haven't done any business in January yet to get through that gauntlet of fire and still be title contenders by the end of it.
No, the Arsenal meltdown is coming. And I can smell it already. I can smell it. I saw fear in the eyes of the players. As soon as the referee blew the whistle against Newcastle, I looked into their eyes and they were all like, oh, fuck, we just fucked up. And I could just see it happening. I think they lose to Spurs this weekend. And I think they lose to Man City home and away, to be honest with you. I think they lose to them both at the Etihad and the Emirates.
Wow.
Listen, Spurs are crap. But with the North London derby, Tottenham usually win at home. Arsenal usually win at home. That's just usually how it goes. Tottenham will win at White Hart Lane or whatever the hell it's called, the new stadium, and Arsenal always win at the Emirates. It's just how it goes, that derby. When I see Arsenal, I just don't think they have the know-how of like how to win a league title yet. I just don't think they have it. I think, listen, I'm not gonna exaggerate. I think they finished second. But this run that's going to come up with Europa League as well happening, you know, with
I forgot about that as well.
See, now you think Thursday night.
We ain't got none of this Man United rubbish of having to play next month. We don't play till March, mate. We'll be 12 points clear by then.
There you go. Yeah,
12 points clear. Is that league honors speaking? 12
gunners. I've been positive all season. They're doing what I've wanted for the last 19 years. They're finally doing it. Now they've got
I just don't see them doing it. And we'll help our brothers Manchester City out. We'll beat Arsenal at Anfield as well. And then it's over.
I've seen your fans today. Yeah, big up. I can't remember the guy's name. He goes on Anfield Agenda. I'll see it on Instagram. And he was doing a Cockney accent. He goes, I've had enough of these Arsenal fans. He goes, they're unbearable. And he goes, you know what's going to happen if they win it? Yeah, Arteta's got the same amount of league titles as Klopp. He goes,
that is absolutely what's going to happen. And you know it as well. That will 100% happen. The only reason why I don't want Arsenal to win the league, logic dictates. I've been going at it with City for the last like 3-4 years. Logic dictates I should want Arsenal to win the league. But the way Arsenal fans speak, if they win that league, Saka's better than Salah, Arteta's better than Klopp, blah blah. It's just gonna be all the way throughout. Like I just cannot do it, man. I just cannot do it. I'm in spaces as well a lot, so I'm in the streets of football. Like I'm on the streets when it comes to football
That
conversations.
is the streets as well, mate. That is literally sleeping bag wrapped up outside McDonald's at night time with a little cup and a scraggy dog. Yeah, please, I'm starving.
That is the full-on streets, man. Like the spaces is just the lion's den. People are just mad on the spaces. So if I with City, let's all be honest here. When City win the league, does anyone give a fuck? Genuinely, like, do we not wake up
No
the
one
next day?
cares.
and say,
Honestly, no one really gives a shit, bro.
No one cares. If Arsenal win the league, and by the way, this is a compliment to Arsenal anyway. It's just because they're a bigger club. They're a much bigger club than City. So we just despise the bigger club doing better. As simple as that.
Nah, man. I reckon. Listen,
We're not losing to Tottenham.
they're not losing. That's what I was gonna say. I don't
We
think
got
they're
Man
gonna
United
lose
after that
Tottenham.
as well.
And
That's the hardest game, the Man United game.
And I was saying, Husam, that with Tottenham, the way that they've been, obviously North London derby, you got to throw form out of the window. But how they've been the majority of this season is that they go behind, second half, they like to pick it up. This is a team, if they don't start strong and they find themselves 2-0 down, they might not have the tools to come back in that second half to even get a draw. Me personally, right? My head, I think if there's going to be a team that's going to win this, it will be Arsenal. But I do think they draw.
I think a draw.
Why are you guys sitting on the fence, man? It ain't going to be a draw. This is the North London derby. Someone's going to win this game.
But we say this every year. We say this every
Bro, even when we went there and won the league at their ground in 2004, we drew that game. Yeah, before
if
that.
Arsenal beat Tottenham, I'll fully be on the train that Arsenal are winning the league. That's when I'll be like, yep, they're winning the league. I completely
we haven't beaten them there for 9 years, man. It's going to be hard. And,
so it's
Harry
time
Kane
to
can break the goal scoring record this weekend for Tottenham. He can be their all-time top scorer if he scores. So it's mad. But
it's time to break the record. It's time to break the record. I disagree with you. Just quickly before you go, I know. Sorry to interrupt you, but the Man United one, I disagree with you completely. I think United is going to be a much easier game. I think you'll smash United at the Emirates. I really do. I think you will fully smash them at the Emirates. But Tottenham away, I just don't think so.
What makes you think we'll smash United and not Spurs?
I think you could.
Your hatred for Man United.
No. Styles make fights. Eric Ten Hag is going to try play the same stuff you play. You just play it at a much better level. So you're just going to smash them. When it comes to Spurs, Spurs are going to play the bastard football that we've just been talking about with Simeone. If you execute the bastard game plan all the way throughout, they can win the game. 1-0, corner goal, something like that. So I think it's a bit more difficult. Basically, what Newcastle did to you in the second half, Spurs are going to do throughout the whole game. With United, they're just going to try out football you, which they cannot do. So you'll win that game.
I don't know about that. They've got Casemiro now, man. He's totally changed their whole team. And the thing is, when we played them at Old Trafford, Casemiro weren't there. He was there, but he wasn't playing, I don't think. Yeah, I think he was in the crowd. But he's changed their whole team. And the thing is, we played such a stupid high line against them. And we're at home this time, and we're going to press and we're going to be relentless. That long ball from Casemiro down to Rashford, that's on every time, mate, because Ben White will be up the pitch. Zinchenko will be in midfield. Them diagonal balls down the wing to Anthony and to Rashford, that's a problem for me. Whereas Tottenham, I think they got Kulusevski back, but they're at home. And if they go behind, mate, trust me, if you're right, Guni, if we go 2-0 up against them, it's curtains.
I reckon so.
There's no way they come back in that game. They might get a goal, yeah, and then they'll push and push and push, and then we'll go and get another one. But if we play at home how we've played most of the season, yeah, then Man United have got a good chance of beating us. Yeah, we have to play the bastard football at home in certain patches. Obviously, with a home team, we want to try and win it, but you have to play smart in that game against United. Tottenham, they've got to try and get the 3 points. Yeah, so that plays into our hands straight away. Like, we could take a draw and still be top of the league.
I know you got to go in a few minutes, Lee, but I wanted to ask you.
No, I've still got about another half hour before.
Oh, you do? Oh, swear down. Okay, cool.
So yeah, I've still got half 8. I've eaten as well. I had a nice lamb fowl, man. That's why my nose is just dripping and dripping. Seriously, I've got sweat coming out of me everywhere, man.
Okay, so I just want to share my screen. so the people can see.
People are saying
Lee, I'll
Casemiro
remind you when
second
it happens.
second
I will
half.
genuinely
Come on,
remind you
second
when it
half.
happens. I'll remind you when it happens exactly as I said. You'll see, it's not hatred. You're going to beat United and lose to Spurs. Remember this.
So out of these 5 games, Lee, and I'm going to ask you as well, Hussam, how many points do you think you get out of these 5? Because that is a tricky run, mate.
Tottenham draw. Brentford and Everton will beat. So that's 7. Man United draw. So that's 8. And we'll lose to City.
City's in the cup or in the Prem?
In the Prem. We got them in the cup and we got them in we got Tottenham, Man United and then City in a row. But one of the City games, the cup. And then we've got Brentford and Everton and Brentford. Then we've got City again in the league.
So that's 8 out of 15 points. Do you think that's going to be enough to keep you top of the table?
No, unfortunately. No, I don't. Because I think Man United have got Man City this weekend, though. So, Manc Derby, and that's an early kickoff on Saturday. Yeah, which is ridiculous. That should be a Super Sunday game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be Arsenal, Tottenham, and then Man United, Man City, or vice versa. Yeah, how they've put that on at 12:30 on a Saturday is ridiculous. But it is what it is. Sky dictate football, didn't they? So, but yeah, they've got Man City's fixtures are tough, though. I can't lie. Man City have got a lot of tough games coming up. We get their fixture list up.
I've got it up here. That's literally what I was going for, bruv. You see that? 2 great minds think alike. All right, all competitions.
Bro, look at their fixtures. Their fixtures are difficult, bro.
Let me zoom in a little bit so you lot can see a little bit better.
Yeah, zoom in.
You blind fuckers, the pair of you. Yeah.
That's right. I just Googled it. I didn't go on Premier League website. I just Googled City fixtures.
Southampton, that's today, literally, the Carabao Cup game.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter, to be honest.
Then they got United away. Then they got
That's
Spurs
an
at
easy
home.
3 points for them.
That's
Wolves.
a tricky run.
They struggle against Wolves normally. But
And
I think they'll beat
Spurs,
them
they do
comfortably.
struggle against both.
But I think they'll beat them. And then they've got us. Then they've got Spurs.
This is a dirty
I'm
boy.
saying. Then they've got us again.
Villa are not mugs. Did they beat Villa in the reverse fixture or no?
Nope. They lost.
No. You see?
Big up Stevie G, man.
Wow.
That was one of his last games, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did my guy dirty.
But then
now they've got a proper manager in there.
Oh, Lee, don't
Good evening.
Alone, man.
Yeah, their fixtures stink, bro. Their next 7-8 games are hard, man.
But there is no easy game in the Prem. But it is difficult. But I do think, bro, you guys this whole United thing, I cannot wait for the downfall, honestly. You guys really believe this United thing.
we'll check United's fixtures as well, who they've got left in the Prem. But
United ain't even making top 4, bro. I'm telling you.
But Arsenal, obviously Spurs,
They're playing well, man.
United.
They are, but
Five
so were
points.
West Ham and Leicester 2 years in a row.
Then after that, then after City, Arsenal have got Aston Villa away, and Emery Aston Villa as well, may I add.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and the last time Unai Emery played against this manager, we didn't score over 2 legs and got knocked out in the semi-final.
Well, there you go. So that might be tricky. You'll spank Leicester. I don't know what's going on with them. They've been absolutely
they're shit. They're crap. I watched them against Newcastle last night. That could have been 5-0 at half time.
You'll spank Bournemouth. I reckon you deal with Fulham. Palace, I reckon you beat them as well.
Leeds will beat.
Leeds, you'll beat them.
Liverpool.
And this is where they lose the league, this fixture right here.
We haven't beaten you since, 2012 at your ground? Something like that. I think it was Van Persie on the volley against Pepe Reina. Right.
Yeah, Reina was horrible that day as well. Near post, he got done. Man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, near post. Yeah. That was a sick
You won
volley,
2-0 that day. And I still remember Steve Bold came out with credit because he was the new defensive coach. I still remember.
Yeah, their fixtures are not looking great. Man United. Look at that.
Man United, they're making top 4. I'm telling you now. They're genuinely not making top 4.
I don't think they beat Palace, you know. I'm not going to lie to you. Palace away. I don't know.
They're going to lose to Arsenal. They're going to lose to City. They're going to lose to Palace. There's going to be 3 L's in a row right here. I promise you guys, I'm not joking. It's going to happen. And they're losing to Barcelona as well.
If Casemiro gets injured at any point here, I reckon
it's
they
McFred again.
Big trouble. Yeah, I think they
it's
could
not
be
even
in big
just
trouble.
even with Casemiro, they're losing. City have too much for them. They just do. City have too much for them. City just beat them 6-3 earlier on the season, and they stopped scoring after a while just because Pep's like, yo, Ten Hag's like my guy, let's not do him dirty. So it's just, bro, this Man United hype is gonna die soon. I'm telling you guys.
Oh, they've got.
And then when it dies, I'll remind you. I will remind you all, because you don't believe it. But when it happens, I will tell you. Liverpool and Spurs are finishing in the top 4. United are gonna have a meltdown.
You think Liverpool and Spurs? I think Newcastle will drop out. But
yes,
you never know, man. You never know.
Let's have a look at Liverpool then. You got Brighton away next. Boy,
hey, Guni,
well,
leave me alone. I'm in 6th place, Guni. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Brighton away, that's a loss.
Then you got Wolves away as well. You'll beat.
Yeah, that's a loss as well. Look at the way
that's the FA Cup. That's the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's the FA Cup.
Why?
You shouldn't
at home. Are you
even
going to
be in the FA Cup?
Guni? Can you talk to the people?
What about for this game?
Yes.
Well, but this is the thing. The way we've been moving, Hussam, I don't know what my team's gonna look like. João Felix through the door, bruv. I don't know if we're gonna have a midfielder in that to change things up. I don't know, cuz. You get me?
João Felix. So that's who I'm supposed to be afraid of. João Felix.
Bro, it might not just be him.
You might not even have a Aubameyang. Apparently, there's talk he's going back to Barca.
Yeah, a boomerang, fam, living up to his name, going back to where he came from, bruv.
Bruv, you leave my guy alone, man.
Nah, bruv, that guy with the gums, fam, yeah? More gums than teeth, that prick. That is looking mad. I can't stand him.
Hey, that guy won us an FA Cup single-handedly, mate, against your team as well. Yeah, my man sent Zuma to the shops, bruv.
Yeah, he did. It was a good goal as well. He dinked Kepa, didn't he?
Yeah, mate, what a finish. That goal was cold, man. I can't lie. That goal was sick.
Fucking prick. He's got number 14 tattooed on his arm as well, man. Absolute waste. I'll never forgive what
Agent Aubameyang.
Bro, after the Arsenal game, what he done after the Arsenal game was unforgivable. And I know he saw what I said on Back Again as well. I went in on him, bruv. I did not hold back. Yeah, I told him I want you out of my club from that point onwards.
What did he do?
Bro, he messaged, I think he liked one of Troops' posts where that we was being trolled for getting battered by you lot. Something along them lines. And I was like, nah, bruv, you're done out here.
No way he did you dirty like that. No way.
He did. He did. Absolutely.
Why are you in your feelings, man? It's clear he's a gooner, bruv. Like, just let him be.
Yeah, which is why did we even sign him in the first place? To be honest with you, we were asking for trouble. Yeah, backfired.
I'm shocked at how bad he's been, though. It's like he didn't even want to go.
I'm not.
Like, he's been shocking, man. Like, and I don't think he's finished. Like, well, maybe he is finished. He's finished at Chelsea. He weren't even in the squad the other night.
Yeah, he got subbed on and subbed off in the game. So
yeah,
that's how you know he wasn't.
And then the next game,
I think he'd still do bits in the Bundesliga. If he goes to a Bundesliga club, I think he'd do bits.
He's going back.
He'll still smash it in Spain.
If he leaves this season, he can only go back to Barcelona because he's played for 2 teams this season. So he can only go back to Barcelona if he's going to play for the entirety of the season. So if he goes back there, good luck to him. Let's see if you're going to start over Lewandowski, bruv. Yeah,
no, bro, don't worry about that. Depay's getting Atleti, bruv. He'll get a game on the left.
True that.
And they're top of the table, bro. They've only conceded 6 goals all season. They're 3 points clear of Madrid. Wow, look at Real Sociedad, 3rd. Betis 4th, Resurgence in Betis in the last couple of years, man. Since Becky B went there.
Please tell me Joaquin is not putting on the boots still for Betis.
Yeah, Joaquin's still there. But Barcelona signed Bellerin, didn't they? Aubameyang and Bellerin back at Barca. That's funny. Yeah, Joaquin's still there, player coach. He's older than me. He's 41, bro.
Joaquin will always play for Betis. Like, they're going to have to force him out of that club.
If they don't build a statue for that man, bruv, that's a disservice.
Bro, they need to build a new stadium. The stadium's falling down. I've been there. It's literally falling down. You know when you see the Bernabeu, yeah, and like you see San Siro. It's like that grey-coloured brick stadium, yeah. Just looks like a concrete breeze or a breeze block or something, yeah. Bro, their stadium is literally like that, and it is falling down. Yeah, I could have literally walked straight. This was during, well, it wasn't lockdown at the time, but it was in that period. I mean, like I didn't go in. It was like no game on and that. But a friend of mine lives in Sevilla, so I was going to meet him, and we drove past the stadium. Yeah, and I was like, I want to take a couple of pictures outside it. So I walked around. Bro, I could have literally walked straight onto the pitch. Yeah, the security, there was no security. The fence was broken. Like the stadium, the brickwork's all falling down. And then I went 3 kilometers up the road to Sevilla, to their ground. Amazing. Yeah, bro, that club Betis are basically the Tottenham of Sevilla. Yeah, they're literally the Tottenham of Sevilla, the scummy little tin pot club down the road.
Fucking prick. Look at the gums on that.
Look at my striker.
Look at the fucking gum. Look at the gums on that. Fucking gummy bear prick.
Come on, man. Come
Can't
on.
stand him.
There's no need to. This is looks, bro. There's no need.
Bro, I can't stand him. Just get out of my club, man. Seriously.
Zoom in on the picture, bro. Let's have a look.
Fucking
Are you actually gonna zoom in on his gums, Guni? What's going on here?
Hey, man.
You need to change your picture. Yeah, you see where it says "Man Knows Football." Yeah, on your YouTube channel, the little icon. You need to change it to Aubameyang's gums.
Can't stand him.
Man's actually gonna zoom in as well, you know.
I tried to, bro. It zoomed in and it zoomed, bro. I don't know why.
That's a sign right there.
It's going against me, bro. Look, I'm hitting zoom in and it's saying, nah. You see that?
You know,
you asked about Joaquin earlier on.
Just zoom straight in on Zoom.
He scored a goal this season, and he became the oldest ever player, 41 years and 56 days in the Europa.
Wow, bro, he's older than me. I'm 41 this year. He's older than me. He scored the penalty. I think it was the third or fourth penalty in the penalty shootout at the Copa del Rey that they won last year. That is crazy.
He even played in the 2002 World Cup for Spain. 2002, you know. Oh,
bro, that guy was sick on FIFA back in the day. Yeah, sick on FIFA. Only the OGs know about that one, mate. Back in the day, yeah, FIFA was brilliant back then. Yeah,
FIFA 2002 World Cup, the game where the guy had the fire if he had the star above him. I love that game.
I think
that's when FIFA was sick, man, back then. But now
I think I was playing Pro Evolution them times, bro.
I played Pro Evo as well from 06. Adriano.
That's the one. Yeah, it must have been from around them times.
Adriano 99 shot power. I haven't played FIFA since 2017. I just quit the game because it just became too scripted. You get me? Yeah, I played the game of Ultimate Team. This was my I quit game. Ultimate Team. The guy had 30 shots. I had 30 shots. The guy had one shot. It ended 1-1. I just stopped.
Mate, that used to drive me mad. I used to play Foot Champs.
Yeah. I just gave up.
And my team was sick. Like, what I do is I just load a load of money on there. Yeah, and just open packs for the first couple of days. The first player I'd always buy was Ruud Gullit every time. As soon as I'd just keep throwing money at it until I got enough coins to get Ruud Gullit. Yeah, then I'd buy Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo fanboy on FIFA only.
Which one? Which one? R9 Ronaldo or the other one?
No, I didn't have that much money. Come on, that's dope. Mate, that's probably the equivalent in from coins to actual pounds sterling is probably about £1,500.
Yeah,
maybe more. Yeah, Ruud Gullit was a lot cheaper than that. But then I'd go and get Mbappe. Yeah, I'd get Neymar. So my front three was Neymar, Mbappe, and Ronaldo. Then I'd get Ibra and play him at number 10. Bro, that guy, his long finesse shot, straight in every time. You couldn't get him off the ball. Yeah, then I'd have Gullit. Who else did I used to have, man?
And that's exactly why I quit that game, because I never spend money. Never spend money. I was pulling up to Division 6 with Jordan Henderson, and people were pulling up with Ronaldo. I just gave up.
Man, but you know what? It's funny though, because when you got a team like that, you go into a Foot Champs game, and then the guy's just got a whole all icon team. Yeah, with Pele and on.
Yeah,
like, is it worth me doing this? Like, maybe I should have done what you did, because then at least you got half a chance against someone with this team. But that team, bro, all you got to do is just give Pele a shot from fucking and Eusebio. They could not even be on balance. They could be facing the wrong way. They just press shoot. It's in.
It's a goal. That's it. Yeah, FIFA for me. FIFA for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's cost me several controllers. Yeah, bro. I used to be one of those ones where I just bust the controller against the wall. I throw it out the
and then I bought an elite control pad. Yeah, and I refused to fucking throw it. Yeah, but that kept breaking. That thing was crap, man. 120 quid for that, and it just broke every time. Yeah, I used to keep taking it back to fucking Argos because it was under warranty. Yeah, and I remember I smashed the control pad up, not an elite one, just a normal one. I fucking launched it. I lost in stoppage time, in extra time. Yeah, I fucking launched it, and the whole thing just shattered. Like, all the bits fell off. I put it all back together, and the right bumper stopped working, which is the finesse shot.
Yeah, so you need that.
I took it back to Argos, and they replaced it. I was like, cheers.
Yeah, bro.
How many more times have I got to bring these fucking control pads back?
And do you know what? Do you know what, Hussam? Is that what pissed me off so much about that game? Every time I broke that my controller, and it was 4 times, by the way. Yeah, every single time it happened, right? I would be 1-0 up or 1-1, 20 shots on target. Yeah. their goalkeeper is on some kind of drug that's making them save everything. One shot,
they
bro.
got the inhalers off of Klopp.
What? Yeah, that's it exactly. One shot from them. Yeah, it's a goal immediately. I either go
some
out
little
or
waster like fucking Ciro Immobile or someone, or fucking
yeah,
Adama
bro.
Traore.
And then what would infuriate me even more is the fact that you couldn't skip the celebrations. That used to just send me over the wall. So controller just got
2017. It's actually been 5 years since I played FIFA, and it's the best decision ever.
No, good,
Stress-free
good. I'm sure
gaming experience.
I'm sure
What was your
blood
favorite
pressure-
celebration? Mine was the violin. They've done away with it. They've got rid of it. The violin, because then when you scored in stoppage time or something, yeah, I used to just run up, little violin, instant. They'd quit straight away every time.
That's such a Lee answer as well. Like, you know, that's a Lee answer. Like violin. Like violin is it's so like when you said that, I knew violin was gonna be your answer as soon as you said it. I used to like the bike one, where the guy goes like,
Yeah.
Oh, that one was decent.
Yeah.
I like the one where you run over and then you just fall over. That one was
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
decent.
Yep.
Because you could run, you could run them over, yeah, fucking to wherever you wanted on the pitch. They've stopped doing that now as well. Like, it just automatically takes over when you tap the buttons now. Like before, you used to be able to control them a little bit more. But yeah, it's good, man. It was good. That was the best thing about the game, the celebrations, and they've took them away now.
People, thank you very much for joining us on this stream. Appreciate you. Big up everybody that's in the chat. We've got 274 people right now. Would appreciate if you slap the like button before you left. Also, as well, today I finally opened up the membership. Several people have suggested it to me. So here it is. Hit that join button if you would like to support the channel. There are 3 different tiers. Just have a look. And obviously, I've got the mandem on the panel. Before we do go, I have to ask them, as always, what they've got coming up on their channel or what they already have that they would like you to see. I will start with Hussam first, and then we will do Lee last but not least.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. Big up to you. Big up to Lee as well. This just flew by, man. Just good conversations. So what I've got coming up on social media, Don Hussam6 is my @ everywhere, and I do spaces on a regular. When it comes to YouTube, This Is Football is the name of the channel. Just came off a Chelsea stream actually, where Lewis just lost his mind, and shout out to Andrew as well. He lost his mind. They were just fully like, it was therapy for them, and I'm gonna have my own therapy as well, Liverpool therapy at 11 p.m. tonight. So that's what I got coming up, to be honest with you. And the most important thing is you all just like the video, subscribe to Man Knows Football as well. Brilliant guy, man, Guni. So big up to you guys.
Now, thank you, Guns.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on again, man. Big up Hussam as well. Always funny, man. You always crack me up, especially when Liverpool are losing. Yeah, like literally, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you're unbearable at times when they're winning. I can't lie, but when they're losing, it's comedy gold, man. Honestly, you're a funny guy. But big up to you, man, and make sure you sub to his channel. Come on, people, he's mad underrated.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, mad underrated.
Yeah,
man.
trust me, man. Trust me.
But yeah, man, I'm going live in about 10 minutes or so for the Man City game on my second channel. So make sure you go and check that out at Lee Reacts. Type it into YouTube. In fact, I'll put the link in the private chat and you can whack it in the chat. Yeah, there we go. We'll do that.
There we go. All right, yeah, I'll do
in the
that.
private chat. That's the link for the stream.
Bosh.
Yeah, and I've got that. That's all I've got coming up today. I've just dropped a video about Mudryk. I'm bored of hearing him, either sign him or bin him. And I did a stream earlier going in on Edu. He's probably out there sucking on his daughter's toes again rather than signing players. Like, do you know what I mean? It's getting kind of peak for Arsenal, bro. We're top of the table and we can't attract a player. You're 10th and sign 4. Like, makes no sense to me. But yeah, Man City. Hopefully Mahrez is playing.
That's your guy still. Riyad Mahrez slapped a flipping beautiful free kick against.
Bro, it's about time people respect my boy, mate. My boy.
That free kick was lovely, lovely
stuff.
stuff.
The game, I think it was against Everton. Was it Everton? Yeah, it was, where Haaland scored and then they drew. Did you see the way he chopped them 2 centre-backs in half?
Yeah.
Like, just, woof, bro, he's sick.
He does that with his eyes closed as well, man. Mahrez is.
Bro, he's got the best first touch.
I need to have a Salah conversation with you one day, though, because you've been disrespecting my guy too much. We must have that conversation.
Bro, Sandy Carroll was finished, bro. Like, real talk.
Hey, do you know what? On that, actually, you reminded me, Hussam, and thank you very much, man. Because what I wanted to do, what the original plan was today, people, was I wanted to get several people from different fan bases. So obviously you've got Guns, you've got Hussam, I had Daps as well, I had Rodri Giggs as well, and one or two others that were going to jump on and we was going to do a panel. Ideally, I would have loved to do it every Wednesday, but I understand others have got their commitments and that, but I'm trying to get something that's running at least once a week. You get me? So that was the original plan, but several others couldn't make it, unfortunately. But you get me? That's life. Things happen. Do you know what I mean? Can't get mad at it. But as for this channel, I've already uploaded a video. Obviously, João Felix is officially a Chelsea player, at least for the next 6 months anyway. A Boomerang is going back to where he came from, hopefully, at Barcelona. Jorginho, Ziyech, and Pulisic apparently rumored to be out. So that is a video you lot know I took pleasure in making. Make sure you go back and check that one out, man. I'd appreciate that. But people, stay safe. Up the Chelsea. Southgate out at all times. You get me?
Bamiyang in.